I am incredibly happy and excited to be here today. I'm a big fan of STEP. It's not my first time speaking at this event. I think STEP is a very important platform, not just for Dubai, but obviously for the region in a digital sense. And I guess in the spirit of STEP, I want to share some learnings, some insights, some understandings, some digital thinking from almost 20 years working in this space. I started off very much in startups, working in a few technical startups. I moved to agency side where I helped to kind of align the potential of technology with the creative process. I then set up a very successful digital consultancy here in the region, working with a lot of banks and telcos and government and large, very big build websites and transformations. And recently I've joined a client side where I'm working for what I believe to be a very exciting and important company here in Dubai. The reason I say this is because I think, or I'd like to think, I have a very interesting kind of holistic kind of understanding of the state of digital and technology and what's happening around us. And I guess the purpose of this very short kind of Beyond the Buzz session really is just to, I guess, firstly acknowledge how overwhelming and complicated digital has kind of become these days and where it's headed, and maybe try and cut through some of the noise and try and make sense of just one or two specific areas, in particular this thing called digital transformation and what exactly that means. And I think along the way, a few other bits and pieces might kind of fall into place as well. Quick question. I love asking this question every time we do a presentation. Who knows the relationship between these two objects? Show of hands. Don't be shy. Who does not know the relationship between these two objects? Don't be shy. It's okay. We don't judge. Does anybody not know what this strange rectangular object is? I think for those of us that know the relationship between these two objects, including myself, okay? I think for those of us, we have to work extra hard to really grasp what's happening around us in terms of digital and technology. I think we have to work extra hard to grasp what's happening in terms of the opportunity for our businesses moving forward. And I would go so far as to say something, maybe a bold statement. I would think that if you're in a senior digital position, and you have been for a number of years, and you know what this strange rectangular object is, I think there's a high probability that soon you might be detrimental to your business success because you simply don't get it. I think that's a pretty profound statement to make. I'm not basing it on stats, it's more of a personal itch, but we've seen this type of stuff over and over again. This is essentially a chart that says the world around us is becoming increasingly digital. We're moving into this hyper-connected world. Smartphones are outselling computers. We're very much into the stage of Internet of Things, and the world around us is becoming increasingly digital complex. To complement this, we also have this virtual world, right? Oculus Rift just went on sale 2 weeks ago. And there's a sense that, everything is happening and everything's happening very, very fast. We have this hyper-connected digital world. The lines between offline and online are starting to fuse and starting to blur, and it's not very much black and white anymore. And this is leading to a lot of confusion. It's also leading to a lot of great opportunity. And the good news for us as digital marketeers is that there's a lot of great technologies, a lot of great platforms, a lot of great tools that we can use to take advantage of this amazing time. But that's starting to get a little bit confusing, right? On the top is sales and marketing tools. There's some social tools, and I think down the bottom then is this kind of website stuff that we can use to be digital marketeers this day. I think what was kind of cool is while I was preparing these slides, the group that released this chart, they release it every year. This digital landscape, they updated it just in time for STEP, and it doesn't really help or a case much, To compound all of this noise and overwhelming, rush of technology, social, and connectivity, we have people like me, digital evangelists. Yeah, we know everything. We're consultants. We write blogs. To kind of post-rationalize what's happening around us in terms of digital technology, we've created this language of buzz. There are these amazing words that we use time and time again, and we just cannot. I cannot help myself but use some of these words. So, quick round of buzzword bingo. Some of my favorite buzzwords that I cannot help but use, and feel free to tweet a few of your favorite buzzwords. Customer centricity, right? I've been to customer-centric conferences. I've spoke to CIOs who want customer-centric organizations. There's a book called Customer Centricity 2.0. which is as ridiculous as it sounds. Omnichannel is a classic. We all want omnichannel. Big data, again, everyone talks about big data, but no one quite knows what they're speaking of. Frictionless, I love frictionless. We're solving the friction between IT and marketing, and that's something I'll talk about in a few minutes. Everything is lean, yeah? Lean this, lean that, lean design, lean UX, lean HR. We're always pivoting or persevering towards our MVP, and we're all agile, and of course the classic, which is innovation as well. I think closer to home, I think the biggest kind of complexity for large organizations is this friction, right? We have this friction between IT and marketing, right? So you got to remember, IT, which essentially is responsible for the plumbing, the nervous system of a large organization, IT moves at a very steady and controlled heartbeat. When you want to change something in the world of IT, there's change management, compliance, security, costs, income to consultants, governance, maintenance. It takes time. So the heartbeat of IT is very slow and very controlled. And it would be really foolish for me to stand up here today and say that we're gonna change that, or that's gonna change anytime soon, right? The crazies at marketing have just come back from STEP, right? And they want frictionless, agile, omni-channel, augmented reality, VR systems, and they want it now. Yella, 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 right? So the heartbeat of marketing and the heartbeat of the world around us in terms of digital is super fast, right? So what we're having this natural kind of friction, this natural tension between the worlds of IT and marketing. And I was thinking about this. I think IT is Batman. You know, this kind of battle-weary warrior that's been around for a while. And I think marketing is Superman. You know, the power that changed the world, but looks slightly ridiculous sometimes. So your business kind of looks like this. Your customers want this. Everyone's talking this. And there's a sense that it's all kind of, you know, spiraling out of control and getting a little bit confusing. So what I wanted to do today really was just to kind of try to cut through some of the noise, try and make sense of just one particular topic that's very close to my heart. What is digital transformation? Probably the most overabused buzzword today. What is digital transformation? And I think the thing about transformation is the semantics of the word are even wrong, right? Transformation suggests you're at point A, and you will transform into point B, and when you're at point B, you have transformed. It's done. That box is ticked. That's simply not the case. Digital transformation is about your constant movement forward towards your constant maturity and your constant evolution in a digital sense. It's constantly moving. It's constantly forward. There is no end game. So from my time working in this space, particularly in the region, I've identified, I guess, 3 key kind of digital strategies that I've seen. And again, this is not a science. This is just my personal opinion. And there's 3 key kind of approaches towards digital transformation. This is the first one, okay? This is incremental ecosystem, I call it. And this is more of a classic approach to digital. So what happens is you have a business. You start off with a website. Right, we've got a website. CMS, website, great. And now we need something for email, digital marketing, email, right. In goes to something for email, and the IT wire that up, and now we need something for mobile, and we get something for mobile, and we stick that in, and now we need something for data and personalization. So what you have is you have all these kind of functional building blocks that make your organization, and over time, as you want to mature, as you want to transform, as you want to evolve in a digital sense, yeah, there's a very clear mapping, a one-to-one mapping between the cost of your maturity and the cost of the complexity as you mature as an organization. And over time, it starts to not make much kind of business sense. And this is a traditional model towards digital and strategy and transformation. And remember, maturity and evolution is what transformation is about, okay? The second approach I've seen towards digital transformation is this idea of a digital big bang, right? And this is the real deal, you know? Someone comes in, they go, you know what? I want the best. I want the best digital experience for my customers. I want the best experience. I want the best of everything. Get rid of all this incremental stuff. I want the best. So you go to the Gartner Magic Quadrant. You get the best CMS tool for your website. You get the best tool for your portal. You get the best tool for mobile. You get the best tool for email marketing. And you kind of bring it together. And the consultants are, rubbing their hands and jumping up and down with glee, right? So all these technologies kind of come together. And what you find is that they start to get integrated and come online. What you find is that there's a lot of overlapping features between these technologies. Because what's happened over the last couple of years is that as digital has become very important and as customer experience has become very important, a lot of these tools have added a digital marketing capability, right? So the latest features of your CMS to power your website has something around profiling and segmentation and personalization. Awesome. The latest thing on your portal software to manage your banking online environment has profiling, segmentation, and personalization. When you go over the marketing, or email marketing, it's got profiling and segmentation and profiling customers. And so what you're happening, you've bought all these same type of platforms, put them together, and there's a lot of kind of overlap, and it's very difficult to figure out, what data goes where and who owns what and how we kind of manage all of this as it comes together. I think the second risk for this type of a setup that you mightn't be aware of, and no one tells you this at the time, is that when all of this goes live, when this amazing sports car goes live, the cost of your digital maturity, the cost of you to evolve in a digital sense on a platform like this is incredibly expensive because it's so complicated, all these incredibly advanced pieces of technology. You need a very advanced skill set to get value from all this as it comes together. So the cost of your evolution, the cost of your maturity becomes an issue with this type of an approach. And I wouldn't like to see anyone in this position. It's not a great position to be in. As an evangelist, I've created my own buzzword to describe what this is. And I call this omnichannelopia. Yeah? Beware of omnichannelopia, okay? It's a terrible affliction striking at the heart of large enterprise here in the region. The final type of digital strategy that I've seen and come across towards transformation is this idea of digital experience platforms. And I think the enterprise in the region that are kind of getting this right are playing in this space. So there are tools, there are technologies whereby you can buy this experience platform and it comes out of the box. Everything you need is kind of in it, right? There's something for a website, there's something for mobile, there's something for analytics, something for email marketing, something for social. And everything kind of works. So what happens is that your website goes live, and over time, as you evolve and mature in a digital sense, you start to turn on the smarts. You turn on email, you turn on targeting, you turn on analytics, and you naturally evolve and mature in the digital sense on the platform. And it's a bit of a smoother path, right? Because everything is integrated and everything works. It sounds great when I explain it this way, but there are, of course, a few risks, right? These tools are incredibly expensive, and perhaps you've invested in an email marketing tool over the last 12 months, and you've bought it, you've trained people, you've installed it, you've integrated it. It's very difficult to make a business case to say, hey, I want to replace that with something else because it's very hard to make that business case. So sometimes these type of platforms, there's a timing and there's a cost implication. The second biggest risk with these type of tools, and this is an obvious one to me because I've been in the space for a while, but these tools are so amazing, these tools are so complex. There are so many amazing ways you can make a complete mess of it as well. So what tends to happen is the website goes live as a phase one, and then as you go to turn on the smarts over time, we can't get that to work because the foundations were put in wrong at the beginning, and then you end up hacking and re-engineering, and your transformation goes like this, and then kind of loses interest because nothing kind of works as we thought at the beginning. So I think no matter what you do, whatever transformation you go at, whatever area you're playing in, I think the secret is about this idea of constant forward motion, constant digital maturity, constant digital evolution, and that's really important. So for me, I think without a doubt, the biggest trend that I've seen in the region over the past number of years is a kind of a shift in thinking. So people are waking up to the fact that this digital world around us is incredibly complicated, but incredibly excited, with incredible opportunity. And they're rethinking the whole approach towards digital. And people are really making the switch, thinking that digital is a journey and not a destination. Yeah? Digital is a journey and not a destination. If we were to have this conversation maybe a few years ago, you come to me and you say, I need a website or some digital asset. Okay, right. We look at your website, we look at the competition in the region, we'd look at some global inspiration, we'd identify a gap, we'd spend 1 to 2 years closing that gap, we'd throw some media money at it, we'd look at some vanity metrics and analytics, we'd give ourselves a big thumbs up and a tap in the back, we tick digital, and we go back to our day jobs, knowing that this digital thing is something we don't have to worry about for another 4 years or so. That's simply not the case now. It doesn't cut it these days anymore because digital is constantly changing. The world around us is hyper-connected and constantly moving. And to stay up with that, we have to change how we think. We have to change our approach towards digital. And this is mind shift is really digital as a journey and not a destination. It's about getting your car on the road, right? There is no finish line. It's not a race. Whatever type of car you build is completely up to you. Where you go is completely up to you. How fast you drive is completely up to you. But as long as you are constantly moving forward, constantly evolving, and constantly maturing. I was at an event recently here in Dubai. And it was a very heated discussion on the role of the Chief Digital Officer today. And there was this question that was asked the panel. And the question was, what is the role of the Chief Digital Officer once the business has transformed? Yeah? What is the role of the Chief Digital Officer once the business has transformed? I can't begin to tell you how wrong that question is in the first place, right? That question doesn't make any sense, okay? You know, that question is a type of question that gets asked by people who think of digital as a destination and not as a journey, right? I can guarantee you that the people who ask that type of question know the relationship between these two objects and know what the small type of, you know, rectangular object is as well. Digital is about moving forward constantly. It's about the journey. It's about the constant evolution, the constant maturity of your business. One more statement that I hear time and time again that kind of sends off my my spidey senses is when I see statements like this. Our goal is to be customer-centric. You know, our goal is to be omnichannel. Our goal is to be frictionless. Our goal is to be lean. I think as a rule of thumb, your goal should never be a buzzword, right? You should be constantly transforming, okay? Your goal should be to digitally transform. A symptom, something nice that happens along the way as part of this transformation, will typically be a buzzword. Along the way, you will become omnichannel. Along the way, you will become customer-centric. Along the way, you'll become agile. Along the way, you will innovate. The goal is forward motion, and that's what customer centricity is about, a result, a symptom of digital transformation. So let's try to wrap this up. We're out of time. The world around us is incredibly exciting in terms of digital technology. It's changing fast, incrementally. It's spinning. We've got, you know, the online and the offline world are kind of fusing together. There's a great opportunity, right? In order for us to seize this opportunity in the digital sense, we have to kind of rethink how we approach digital in terms of strategy, right? So that change in mindset, quite simply, is that change of looking at digital as a journey and not as a destination, yeah? Along the way, this process, this journey that we go on, this never-ending journey that doesn't have a finish line, this journey we're on is called digital transformation. It's forward-moving, it's about evolution, it's about maturity. And along the way, really nice things happen. And these nice things are typically buzzwords. Buzzwords are symptoms of your digital transformation. So, digital is a journey, not a destination. Digital transformation is your ongoing maturity, and buzzwords are symptoms of this transformation. So I hope that enlightens and makes a bit of sense. Thank you.